All right, hello everyone. So we have a big 7 to 10 days in astrology starting right now. This is leading up to the new moon solar eclipse in Virgo that's going to be happening on the 21st at 2:53 p.m. But I'm just going to go over some of the stuff that's happening over the next week because we have a lot of movement and a lot of amazing energy hitting Earth as you watch this. So September 18th, the very first movement that we're going to have is going to be Mercury entering Libra, and immediately Mercury will form a kite formation with the magic triangle that is being formed by Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, and even Sirius, and even Saturn at this time. More on that a little bit later. But it's a very big deal whenever there's a kite formation. The theme for this solar eclipse is one, it's a portal of transcendence, but it's also going to be kite formations and a lot of movement, especially with the inner planets. So September 19th, the very next day, Venus enters Virgo. And then 2 days after Venus enters Virgo, we're going to have a solar eclipse on September 21st, which is going to be the Virgo new moon at 2:53 p.m. Then 2 hours, less than 2 hours after that, the moon will enter Libra at 4:42 p.m. and immediately form a kite formation with the magic triangle as well. And then September 22nd, the sun will then also enter Libra and then also immediately form a kite formation with the magic triangle, Uranus, Pluto, Neptune, Saturn. And then also happening on September 22nd, Mars will enter Scorpio. So big stuff happening with the new moon, including this conjunct sun, moon, and Mercury. And then we have Venus and Mars entering new signs. And again, remember, Venus and Mars were followed religiously by the ancients. We'll leave it at that. And then if that's not enough for you, we have the magic triangle being formed right now with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and even Saturn. So if you see this here, let me get this back over here. There we go, that's a little bit better. Helps with the glare a little bit. But the magic triangle is right here. So here we have Uranus at 1 degree Gemini, forming a trine with Pluto at 1 degree Aquarius. So since they're forming a trine, that means they share the same element. In this case, it's the element of air. And then right in the middle of that trine is going to be Neptune in Aries, which is conjunct Saturn in Pisces. Neptune's at 0 degrees Aries. Saturn is at 28 degrees Pisces. So the cool thing about a magic triangle is you have two planets forming a trine, meaning they share the same element. And not only that, both of these planets in the trine form a sextile with the peak of the magic triangle, which is going to be Neptune. So you have Uranus forming a sextile with Neptune and Aries, and then you have Pluto forming a sextile with Neptune and Aries. And so you have what looks like a pyramid shape here. We're going to do this again. Then technically Neptune is conjunct Saturn. There's about a 2 degree orb. So we're going to say that's conjunct. So at the very peak of this pyramid is going to be Neptune and Saturn, and they're forming a sextile with Uranus and Gemini, and also with Pluto and Aquarius. So very, very powerful, magical, astrological happening. Probably one of the best ones we'll ever see, to be honest. But if that wasn't enough magic, the cool thing about this magic triangle is that it's going to be forming a kite with the planets that I just told you guys about. So here you're going to see this cluster of planets and luminaries right here. That's going to be right here at 29 degrees, and this is all during the new moon. So this is all at the solar eclipse, like at the peak of the new moon. In the solar eclipse, this is exactly where everything's going to be at. So you have the sun and moon conjunct at 29 degrees Virgo, and then with the 6 degree orb, they're also going to be conjunct Mercury and Libra. So there's that little cluster of planets. You have the sun, the moon, and Mercury, just right there, right on the opposing side of Neptune and Saturn in Aries and Pisces. So right at the very peak of this opposite side of the kite is this cluster of planets. So yeah, I find it interesting too that the sun and moon are right on the cusp of entering Libra. So they're on the cusp of Virgo and Libra during this solar eclipse. And I find that very interesting because it feels like we're on the cusp of something really magical happening here on Earth. And I'm sure a lot of people are feeling it as well. So prepare to feel it even more in the next coming days, because this astrological cosmic super happening is one of the biggest we will see. And not only that, it's cool because you have this sun, moon, Mercury conjunction, and then forming a sextile with that conjunction, that little cluster of planets here is going to be Venus at 2 degrees Virgo, and then Mars at 29 degrees Libra. So yeah, semi-six. It almost looks like a game of chess. Like you got Mars and Venus on the outside here, and in the middle you have like these important like luminaries and Mercury. And then on the opposing side you have this little cluster of Neptune and Saturn. And then on the outside, like kind of protecting. It's like a game being played, like a basketball game. Like these guys are on defense, these guys are on offense, but they're all working together. So you can connect this direct line here, and then like it just almost forms like a diamond. Oh wow. It almost forms like a diamond here, but it's very beautiful. And you got like the semi-sextile, so it's like everything is working together at this time when it comes to the cosmos, to bring about more rapid, evolutionary, magical transcendence to Earth. So super awesome next 7 to 10 days in astrology. And like I said, it's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Meaning, starting on the 18th, once Mercury enters Libra, that's like the first like boom right there, and then we'll have Venus entering Virgo on the 19th, and then boom, the real big boom is the solar eclipse, Virgo new moon, and then 22nd, well, the moon will enter Libra later that day, about 2 hours after the solar eclipse, and then form that kite, and then the sun will enter Libra the 22nd, and then form that kite with the magic triangle as well, and then later that day, or the same day on September 22nd, we'll have Mars entering Scorpio. So not only that, so it's like a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big happenings when it comes to astrology, all within like 4 days of each other. So pretty magical stuff. And just moving on a little bit ahead into October, we're going to have the Aries full moon on October 6th, and then Pluto will go direct on October 13th. So yeah, the astrology is just pure magic, and it's beautiful, and it's every astrologer's dream to like be here at this time. So yeah, very magical stuff. And the Mayan oracle card for this solar eclipse, new moon in Virgo, is Portal of Transcendence. Portal of Transcendence. Portal of Transcendence. I shouldn't have jumped ship. So Portal of Transcendence. The qualities behind this card include bliss, stargate, ecstatic, communion, secret doorway, seen and unseen, emptiness of the void, unknowable and known, revealed and revealer. And I quote, I am beyond yet within, above yet below, the unknowable and the known, the seen and unseen. Journey into my formless potential. Merge with my emptiness and discover your fullness. Come, child of the cosmos, you are being revealed in the forthcoming miracle. Enter the beckoning portal of the greater reality. Travel into the starry vastness and the greater constellation of self. Fulfill your yearning to merge with the one heart. Soar into the oneness of shared essence. Burst old bonds and limitations. Breathe the divine breath. Expand to include more of who you truly are. The portal of transcendence is the secret doorway you have long sought, the stargate through which new worlds are seeded. Open now to ecstatic communion and the rapture and grace of unconditional love. Awaken to the joyful celebration in this realm where there is only love. Drink deeply of your homecoming. Experience the sublime bliss and unity found in the eternal present moment. Freed from separation, there is no doubt that you are love's presence. Fully merge once again with the serene vibration of home. As you return home renewed and awakened, embody the joyful frequency of heaven on earth. The new frequencies of the golden octave now dance within you in the splendor of the unified pulse. You are the conscious dreamer awakening the dream. Assist the creation of the quantum leap that will catapult the earth into a new spiral of being. You are the knower. You are the oracle. You are the love. There is no other. So very powerful card here. Again, this is from the Mayan Oracle card deck. Return Path to the Stars. Very awesome cards. Love it. That's what the back looks like of each card. And then boom, Portal of Transcendence. And as I stated during the full moon videos and the lunar eclipse videos, we're in the middle of eclipse season, which means we're in the middle of these portals. So that's why I chose this card as the card for this solar eclipse. It's the Portal of Transcendence. So yeah, it's been an interesting 7 to 10 days since the lunar eclipse. So I can only imagine what the next week is going to bring, because it's super magical, like on Earth. Like magic's just completely taken over, like hijacking everything, and it's super awesome. And so, yeah, the animal slash insect that is represented by this solar eclipse is going to be the cloudless sulfur butterfly, which symbolizes joy, freedom, transformation, and renewal due to its bright color and life cycle, which includes a noticeable migration as a sign of changing seasons and the end of summer. It can represent new beginnings, spiritual awakening, and the ability to reach nectar in flowers others cannot. Nectar, sorry. Symbolizing adaptability and spiritual evolution. Here are the other spiritual meanings, I should say. Transformation and rebirth. Like all butterflies, the cloudless sulfur's life cycle from caterpillar to butterfly embodies spiritual growth, rebirth, and personal transformation. It also means it also brings freedom and liberation. The butterfly's ability to fly freely can symbolize freedom from burdens and embracing liberation in life. Spiritual awakening. Seeing a yellow butterfly can be a sign of spiritual awakening or a sign that a loved one is thinking of you. Joy and positivity. The bright yellow color of the cloudless sulfur is associated with joy, happiness, and positive changes coming your way. And the ecological and seasonal meanings are signs of fall. In some areas, the cloudless sulfur's large fall migration serves as a clear indicator that summer is ending and cooler fall weather is approaching. Also, adaptability. Their long tongues allow them to reach nectar in deep tubular flowers that other butterflies can't, symbolizing the ability to adapt and find sustenance in unique places. So I really like that butterfly. I saw it earlier today and I was like, okay, that's going to be the animal or insect, or I guess part of nature that I'm going to talk about during this solar eclipse video, because I saw it as a sign, looked up what it meant right away, and boom, it just matched everything that I was feeling at this moment for this time and this moment in time. And I just also like to point out the part where it can reach nectar that other butterflies can't, and that's almost like completing your own journey. When you're trying to complete your own journey, or just try to go to the next level, or just trying to go to the next level, you might have to do things that other people might not be able to do, or get through, or experience, or go through. But that's okay, because that's why this butterfly can reach that special like nectar that others can't, because it's like a reward that only few can reach. So take that as you wish, but maybe that's just something that you can kind of put into consideration. Not everything's easy in life, and in fact, a lot of things are very hard. But just know that whatever uphill battle you're facing, it's worth it, because once you get to the top of this pyramid, because this is what your journey is. Your journey is a pyramid. You got to climb up this steep pyramid here, and you see how this point's taken off? There's no point on the top. That's because that's your stage. Once you reach the top of your pyramid, which means you're not competing with anyone else, you're not worried about anything else outside of you, you're just controlling what you can, which is your own path and your own journey, how you react and respond to everything. And then once you get over all the lessons that you need to, which astrology helps me do, I think it would help you too, you get to the top, and it's just like your own stage, and it's your pyramid. There's no one can take it away from you, and you're not sharing that pyramid with anyone else. There might be room for like one other person there, but for the most part, this is your stage, and you earned it. So when you get to the top, don't forget where you came from, because it was a very steep climb. And being at the bottom, like, think of the bottom that's like everyone else. Like, this is where everyone else is at, and that's not a bad thing. Like, it's cool to be where everyone else is at, but to really take control of your own path is to climb this steep mountain and then get to the top and chop that top off, so that you have a stage that you can firmly plant your new life on. Wow, that was good. What else? I think that's it. There's a lot of things happening, but I mean, I could spend hours talking about it, and I don't want to do that. I do want to do that, but not for this video. I'd love to do that. I could spend hours talking about a lot of stuff that's happening. But during these times, I think it's just best to just talk about what I love and move forward. So again, let's see what, actually, let's not see. just enjoy the energy and try to stay grounded as much as possible, and just be doing what you love every day. Like, and let's just do whatever makes you happy. Eat the food that you want to eat, wear the clothes that makes you feel good, um, eat the food that tastes good, and just do what you love and try to be kind to everyone, even when there's challenging energies. Once you feel that challenging energy come your way, just give it a quick stiff arm and say no thanks, and then just keep walking that way. That's the trick of this leveling up, is you just can't let any like negative energies or challenging energies get in your way. Just control what you can, and if things arise that are not in your favor, transmute that shit immediately, um, by focusing on the positives and trying to flip any negative into a positive, so you could go from being at the bottom of this pyramid and just flip it, and then you're at the very top, and it's just you. There's a lot of people out right here. Like, this is a big stage. This is for a lot of people. You know, this a lot of this is everyone. This is everyone there, and then but you flip it, and then you're not there at the bottom where you're at the top. So, yeah, very magical times, and I just want to say that I'm very grateful to be here, to be sharing this message with everyone, and I hope you guys enjoy the next 10 days. This is Lit Astrology. My name is Angel. That's Jolene. Have a great week.